Artists, today we are going to practice drawing trees and we're going to make them fall inspired. So we're going to get some warm colored markers and then we're going to need also a Sharpie. So these are the materials we're going to use. We're just going to make a small one because it's a skill builder, so we don't want to spend all of our time on it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some shapes with my warm colored markers. So I'm going to make a group of 3 trees, and these are going to be the shape of the leaf part. So for my first shape, I'm just going to make this cloud shape, and then I'm going to color it in. I'm using the side of my marker so it covers a lot more space. If I use the very tip, you can see it would take a long time to color that tree. But I'm using the side so I can cover a lot more space quickly. So that's my first tree. My next tree, I'm going to think of a different shape. Maybe this one, I'm going to use yellow. Maybe this one's going to look more like a triangle shape. I need some room for a third tree, so I'm just going to make my triangle shape like that. Okay, and then for my last one, maybe this tree shape is going to look more like a leaf. Almost looks like a flame. And I'm coloring it in with the side of my marker. All right, so I've created 3 shapes that I've filled in. Now I'm going to take my marker, my black marker, and I'm going to draw the tree trunks for these. So the first method that I'm going to teach you is my Y tree, which is just taking 2 curved lines, and I like to color those in so it's a nice thick tree trunk. So it's wide at the bottom, and it gets more narrow as it goes up. Then I'm going to split that off into 2 branches, and now my tree trunk looks like the letter Y. And I'm going to split those tree trunks, or those branches, into a letter Y, and then this one into a letter Y. And then I can add a little top for that one, and I can keep growing my Y tree again and again till it gets really tall. I can turn those into Ys, and that's how I can grow my Y tree. So that's one way of doing it. This one, you can continue to do Y trees. I always start my trunks like that, wide at the bottom and then more narrow at the top, or you can be more creative and just come up with a different pattern. So for this one, maybe I'm going to go curly like that. I'm using lines to make my tree trunks, and then it's going to grow another curl there, and maybe this one's going to grow a big curl up there, and that's my next tree trunk. All right, now I got to be creative for this next one. I'm starting again with these 2 curved lines that are wide at the bottom and gets more narrowed as it gets higher. And then I'm going to color them in. And then, I did some Ys. I did some curls. Now what could I do? Oh, I'll do some zigzag. So I'll always start with 2. And you know, trees are thicker at the bottom because they got to be strong. They got to hold up the rest of that tree. So I'm also going to make these first 2 branches thicker by coloring them in a bit. And then I'll just do another zigzag coming out of that one, another zigzag coming out of that one. Perhaps I will use one of the texture plates. Put that behind, and I will grab a crayon because the texture plates work best with crayons, and I'm going to use the side of the crayon with the label off, and I'm just going to rub around. And that's okay if I go over my trees a bit, because actually that makes it look like an interesting picture. Maybe for the yellow tree, I'm going to avoid going over it. So I'm just going to try my best to go around it. You decide. You're the artist. I just need to make sure I write my name on it so that everyone knows who the artist is. And on the back, we can write your class code with a crayon. Do not use a Sharpie because you can see it bleeds through. So you put your class code on the back, artist name in the front, and now we have a beautiful artwork.